is going to be continue to be extremely, extremely aggressive in the portal. I think don't be surprised to see Oklahoma add outside of who they've already added, including Trace Ford in the most recently. Um, in the most recent portal edition, probably another 13 to 15 guys um, will be added. So let's get to your comments. Let's see. Really like what Salchuk showed. He was very under the radar freshman player. Yeah, he'll be the 1-2 punch um, with Javante Barnes. I think the one thing that you look for Javante Barnes is, he has a little bit of problems. The first guy's always seems to get him down, which is not necessarily anything um, you know, it's not unique for a true freshman. I think he'll grow into that, his ability to make people miss, without a doubt as the season goes on. Suitor thrown. Oh, you played hard. Penalties at bad times. Yeah, I think the Sexton thing is really, really unfortunate. That hurt big time. But I think I thought you saw some aggression on both sides of the ball, some attitude that they hadn't played with for large part of the year, without a doubt. Um, 2 and 25 at running back. I think 27 is what you mean. Need a pass rush in the secondary next year. I think agree with you on the pass rush and secondary. But I think Oklahoma is going to get a lot better at the defensive end position through the portal and through this recruiting cycle. There's a lot of improvement that's going to be made around the defensive line overall. Within, I think that's one area that they're trying to um, trying to figure out how to get a little bit better, just how to get a lot better quickly. So, um, yeah, without a doubt. Yep, I agree, Jimmy. I don't think, you know, I think Gabriel's a great kid. He was a good, solid player at UCF. I just don't think, this season's kind of shown that he's a good, solid quarterback who's got, decent stats. I think he ended the season now with 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But I think he has played. He's shown that he's not a guy that's going to be able to win games for you. He's probably not going to lose a whole lot of games for you, but he's not going to be a guy that's going to be a difference maker. And that's what you got to have at the quarterback position. Really, if you're not going to have that at the quarterback position, you've got to be extremely solid at both lines of scrimmage. You've got to have a great supporting cast. When you think of someone like a team like Michigan, that's not JJ McCarthy. He's not the guy that's going to wow you, but they are extremely physical in the offensive line. Got great running backs, got really really solid receivers, and a really solid defense to kind of allow him to play that way. So I agree with you overall. Hi Terry. Was really wanting to see Gibson. It was good to see Nick Anderson get in a play or two. Yeah, I'm with you. I thought we might see a little bit more of Gibson. I think if the game would have gotten a little bit out of hand, we could have possibly saw him a little bit more. But yeah, absolutely. I think those are two guys that you're going to really kind of count on a little bit to be a little bit more of a contributors next year for Oklahoma at the wide receiver position in Gibson and Anderson. Todd Kennedy, thanks for joining. Most encouraging loss I've seen from a Sooner team. It's easy to pick on this and that, but got to be excited. Running back. The youth looked awesome. and the buy-in culture is swinging. I think that's the biggest takeaway, Todd, for me was really just kind of when you look at it, I think a part of the frustration with this team has been some of the older kids really not completely buying into the culture, really just kind of being okay with being okay. And so I think as you mentioned, kind of the youth movement, some of these younger kids getting more of an opportunity, kind of showing what they're about. Now, this isn't, when you think of running back, this isn't indicative of Eric Gray. I think more so on a lot of the kids on the defensive side of the ball that have just been really just been okay with being average, and so I think that that buy-in and that culture is going to start swinging in the positive direction. With BV getting a lot of his guys in here in this recruiting class, hopefully that continues to kind of change what that culture looks like. Sooner will be better close games next year. We have a lot more depth. Agreed. Um, not Ron Brown. Is number 25 coming back again next year? Please, please no. And just for everybody, he's talking about Justin Broyles again. Killed us again. Overall, he just again he's too small. I mean, not good enough to play at this level. Saw choke Barnes. Agreed. Yep.